Wait a minute. This isn't Medieval Engineers. This is League of Angels. As you can see from my last episode of League of Angels, my battle rating, or BR, has jumped. I'm going to continue the story quest as I did not touch the quest until my stamina, as I did not touch the quest. I will continue to do so until my stamina runs out in the upper left-hand corner. Let's go ahead and collect this. Get that out of the way. Infinite Sea, Mistforge Outpost and defeat Spellsword. Let's go ahead and turn the auto on. That wasn't so bad. From the Spellsword's orders, it would seem that truly is her, the Queen of Nibelung, ruler of the underworld, eternal goddess of death and daughter of Loki. Hell. Report back to Lucifer. You know now that we must face a mighty presence. We must unite if we have a hope of victory. The hammer bearer will repair the celestial ladder, but we need some firewood from Woodway Heights. Go to Woodway Heights and defeat Forest Burner. Just my artifact alone's doing the work. Hades has deciphered the Tome of Prophecies and has found a way to defeat Hell. You head back to Nibelung and I will contact Mayor Bonner. We shall defeat Hela together. Ill tidings, Hel has guessed our plan and has imprisoned Marabarn at Darkshade Lair. Quick, rescue Marabarn. Hel plans to turn her into a sorcerer of the undead. Go before it's too late. And a lot of things have been added to League of Angels since the last video, but unfortunately I don't remember what all they are. Thanks to your timely rescue, Hel's evil plans have failed. Ma Bonheur has slipped from the demon's grasp. Now let us turn to Nibelung. The end of Hell beckons. Hero, by your unremitting efforts, Hell's minions have scattered. She has taken the remnants and have fled to Fireblade Bridge. Now is the time to vanquish her. She has brought great suffering to this land and must pay the price. Interesting. There we go. For a moment there, I thought the game froze. I am just one-shotting these guys, whereas before it would take at least a couple of turns. Now, with the the Galactic Force, I'm one-shotting them. Hell has perished. The root of evil upended. The curse of the Nibelung is no more. This is a new beginning for Nibelung. Let us etch this moment in time. Collect the chest. Report back to Relark. Hero, I shall immortalize your deeds in an epic. Your great achievements will be sung forevermore. The glory of God shall illuminate the land once more. Heroes, step forth and light the angel statue. Activate the statue and Electa and report back. The demons have brought great harm unto the land. I fear that it will be long before the stench of evil has fully gone. Perhaps you should go somewhere with blue sea and sky. That ought to refresh your mood. It just so happens that Tidebringer of Endless Sea requires your aid. Oh, great hero, the tides call to you. Ever since the angel statue was corrupted, the endless sea has been carved by countless enemy forces. It is fortunate that you came when you did. Your Gonda Lonewind has led a group of stray avians to occupy the Cliffs of Despair. Why not teach them a painful lesson? Go to the Cliffs of Despair and defeat Yurga Lonewind. Wing. Sometimes I can't even say English. Glorious victory is yours. Yurga Longwing died on sight. Let's leave. Today's victory is but the step on the road to recovery. Let me hide chat. Report back to Tidebringer. To restore the angel statue's luster, we must recover 4 shards of an artifact which have been scattered throughout the endless sea. The first shard of the artifact has fallen into possession of Barrow the Giant. In order to reach him, however, you must first defeat Death Chaser. Go to Lone Wind Forest and defeat Death Chaser. This time Death Chaser has sought its own death and found it. Let us rest a while and prepare for our next foe. Now watch, I click the last one, it won't be that crystal. See? Like I said. Back to Tidebringer. The route to the North Pole is shrouded in thick fog. It is dotted with islands and crawling with tough enemies. Our road is blocked by Mistshade Town. It is believed to be haunted by the elusive Shadow Assassins. Go to Mistshade Town and defeat Shadow Assassins. By the way, if this is the first time you've ever watched someone play League of Angels, it is a free-to-play game. However, it is recommended to eventually get the VIP status. The first time that you buy VIP, it will cost you. However, League of Angels and thus R2 Games and GT Arcade, which are both owners of League of Angels, have made it to where you can earn diamonds from just playing the game. Eventually earn them. Victory is yours! The Shadow Assassins had no way of pulling the slip on you. Barrow's cave is near. We are sure to find his lair soon. Back to Tidebringer. Plotting a course to the north is no easy task. Many a traveler has just disappeared. Oblivion Keep is occupied by a lost dwarf. The waters nearby are under his tight control. It seems we have no choice but defeat him and his crew. One moment while I plug in my headset, because it did, for a couple of seconds, decide to turn off on me. And I'm not sure if it's because of power issues. Go to Oblivion Keep and defeat Lost Dwarf. And also, just so everyone who's watching knows, I've been playing League of Angels for well over 5 years. However, this one here has been well over 3 years. And I've basically been just doing the dailies for each of them. This dwarf greatly admires you and has opened the route for your passage. Let's take a break and then we can continue to the north. Finally, we have found Barrow the cave giant's lair. It's time to make him pay for his crimes. Barrow is known throughout the Endless Sea for his greed and brutality. We must not underestimate his brute strength. Go to Furnace Cave and defeat Barrow the cave dweller. Let's enter. No, I've been defeated. Barrow has finally paid the price for his trickery. He spat out the artifact shard along with all the other treasure he's looted over the years. Ever watchful of the endless sea, Heshion the Beholder has heard of your achievements and will lead you south. Report to Heshron the Beholder, who looks like a dwarf. Aye, you're not doing too bad, are ye? I've never met such a fine hero before. The shards of the Endless Sea were taken by a pack of outlandish goblins. We need to sort out a band of scallywags. Go to Tempest Shores and defeat the Islander. Feels like I'm playing whack-a-mole. Though technically it's my angel artifact that's doing all the work. As I said, the rest of my characters don't even get a chance. But that's because of my high BR here. Compared to their BR here. Ha ha ha! You've earned your reputation, indeed. The island's been long running amok, but he was nothing to ya. Go back and sort the spoils. Today's pickings weren't too shabby. The insidious Gorewing is known to hide about Rain Reef Camp and spent the days trapping near it. trapping passerby. Why not go announce his doom? Do hurry back. Go to Rainreef Camp and defeat Gorwing. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 4 days of Medieval Engineers and 1 day of League of Angels. League of Angels will become available on Saturdays, so this Saturday, after I see the fireworks, as it is going to be the 4th of July weekend for me here in the States. And once I release that video, I will resume a normal schedule of Sunday through Thursday, Medieval Engineers, and Saturdays, League of Angels. The other days I'll spend playing basically VR Chat, which is also another game I play. Come on. There we go. As expected, not too shabby. Climb aboard. Let's call it a day. I have to say, your strength is greater than I imagined. Port back to Heshron the Beholder. The southern volcanic island's ridge of fire is occupied by a pack of nasty werewolves. Their deranged leader is Chief Redrum. If you want to get near the goblins, you'll have to break through this bunch of half-baked volcano huggers first. Go to Ridge of Fire and defeat Chief Redrum. Like I was saying, basically I'll be doing League of Angels on Saturdays and uploading the videos then. And Sunday through Thursday we'll be back to Medieval Engineers. And also, all these will be recorded unedited. All of League of Angels will be recorded unedited, as I am basically taking less than 5 minutes to do each segment. In fact, doing the voices take even longer. Ooh! Looks like I've got somebody who's a little powerful. Took 2 hits. Ha ha ha! Chief Redrum ended up getting the roasting he deserved. 1 step closer, and just 1 step more, then we'll be seeing those goblin fools. Report back to Heshron the Beholder. Bizarro is a deranged individual who thinks he's ever so charming. Who knows how many sailors he's harmed with that awful singing of his. Head to the lair of flames and defeat him. This shouldn't cause ye to break even a sweat. Go to the lair of flames and defeat Bizarro. Not to be confused with DC Comics Bizarro from the Superman series. And as you can also see, the entire setup of League of Angels has changed as web browsers no longer support, well, at least certain games anyway, no longer support Flash, Adobe Flash. Well, technically, Adobe Flash is no longer being updated. So League of Angels and several other games decided to create their own platforms on which players can play. Bizarro the Passionate. Well, he wasn't too passionate because I got him in one shot. Well, that put an end to Bizarro singing. The Endless Sea is now free of windless menace. We can now find those goblins and settle the score. Let's go ahead and collect that, so that's out of the way. Heshron and Beholder, report back to him. Ha ha! After seeing all those volcanoes, I never expected the South to be such a summer resort. A self-proclaimed goblin nomad took his tour group and landed at Cool Bay. The artifact shard was taken by that lot. Go to Cool Bay and defeat Goblin Nomad. Goblin Bodyguard. Goblin Chief. Well, the Goblin Nomad took one hit and he dropped. You successfully retook the artifact shard. Peace in the south of Endless Sea has been restored. I'll put ye in the care of Varshay. He knows the west of Endless Sea like the back of his hand. He's been most eager for your arrival. Report to Varshay. Heshron. Wrong voice. Heshron the Beholder has spoken many great things of you. I'd like to see how far you really can go. Prove your strength by going to the Surging Isle and defeat Shockwaver. Let's go ahead and collect this chest here. Usually there's chests floating around and I normally see them, but sometimes you just have to... There's another one. Usually there's two to a map. There we go. Go to Surging Island and defeat Shockwaver. Thunderwave and Blade Runners. More Blade Runners and Thunderwaves. And finally, Shockwaver. The sea is relentless, yet Shockwaver's death should serve as a warning to others. You passed the test. Now prepare for your next opponent. Go to report back to Farchier. There's a criminal claiming to be Darrell the Cutter. He's occupying Moonshine Lighthouse, stopping our vessel from sailing at night. Go and defeat him. We don't have much time. Go to Moonshade Lighthouse and defeat Darrell the Cutter. Head Chief and Sue Chief. Sue Chiefs and Head Chiefs. No, not chiefs. Chefs. Darrell the Dicer. I thought we were looking for the cutter, not the dicer. Took 2 hits. I had to look around Darrell the Cutter's lair. He really was a criminal through and through. You certainly do things neat and tidy. It's much appreciated. This time our target is Shadow Strider. He who hides amidst the shadows. Head to the Cape of Infinite and defeat him. This should somewhat weaken the forces of darkness. And what I'll do before each recording of League of Angels is I'll make sure to do all my dailies so that way I'm not taking up too much time, because as you can see it's taken me a little bit just to get that stamina back down. Shadow Strider. 1 or 2 hits. 2 hits, maybe. Yep, 2 hits. Well done! This is the first ray of hope the west of the Endless Sea has seen in a long time. You now have my trust. This next task will be all the more difficult. I've received information that Crimson Courtesan is attempting to summon demons at the Altar of Hope. You must put a stop to this. This is urgent. You should leave immediately. Withered ghouls. More withered ghouls. And a hell servant. One or two. I'd say 2. Nope, 1 this time. Thanks to you, we have averted this crisis. We have but one final destination, and that's wherever the last artifact shard is. Flash McBlade and I have some connections. He's not really a bad person, but we must do what we must for the shard. Mana City is McBlade's floating base. I can get you that far. Go to Mana City and defeat Flash McBlade. A sailor. Starboard crew, port side crew. Another sailor, this time a little different. More port side crew and a starboard crew. I'm just swabbing the decks, don't mind me. Flash McBlade. Your victory is of great significance. We now have the shard. You can visit Overlord Bork. There's even more difficult task that awaits. Report to Overlord Bork.
I be the legendary Borg, overlord of the endless sea. Though I must admit, with all this chaos upon the endless sea, my reputation of late may have somewhat dwindled. I only say this to you, but nowadays the true overlord of the endless sea is Pharos. At least we could strike back at that foul fiend. Now is the time to slay.
Go to Trail of Vines and defeat Mutated Fiend. A wild fiend. Wild fiend's an herbalist. I'm just blazing a path through this. Don't mind me. More wild fiends and more herbalists. Well, technically they look more like shotguns. Or, no, what are those called? I'll probably think of it after the fact. Mutated fiend.
Those fiends thrive in darkness. I'm glad you could dispose of them. Let us go back to draw up a stratagem. We must start by getting rid of the followers of Pharos.
Report to Overlord Burke.
Many of Pharos' fanatics have gathered at the Temple of Silence. We must go there and slay their leader, the departed priest. We must stop them from spreading the darkness now.
Temple of Silence and defeat departed priest. Stranglethorn. Stranglethorns and Priest Apprentice. More Stranglethorns. And more Priest Apprentices. As you can see, their battle rating is increasing as I go up the proverbial ladder. Departed priest. Dearly departed, farewell.
Pharos' followers have been significantly diminished. I really wish you could have come sooner. We are now approaching the center belt of Pharos' power. Don't let your strength fail you now.
Overlord Bork.
A pack of werewolves are roaming around the wilderness passage. They're blocking our pursuit of Faras. Get rid of them! Actually, we could do with some wolf hide. Go to the wilderness passage and defeat wandering werewolf.
Wolf and alien visitor. Do 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 do. More wolves and another alien visitor. And then the wandering werewolf. League of Angels first came out in July in China, over 7 years ago, I believe, and is still going for all intents and purposes.
This is some good wolf hide. Seems this trip has been quite profitable. Wipe out these hungry wolves and Faras' sullen deputy Verchizzi will be just around the corner.
Overland Bork again.
Faras has really gotten things going his way. Do not take Verchizzi lightly, for he plays a big part in this. According to our information, he is hiding by Lawnfrost Thrall.
Thrall? Trail.
Hero, let's forge ahead.
Go to Lawn Frost Trail and defeat Gloomy Verchizzi. Some of these names, really. Also, just so you know, the game does have sounds, it's just that I have it turned off. Verchizzi bodyguard and something else I didn't see because she went too quickly. Verchizzi's bodyguard and I can't tell. Again. Gloomy Verchizzi.
Verchizzi will never again enjoy the sight of the rising sun. Then again, he was more into scuttling around in the dark. Faras' end has come. It is time that the Endless Sea ushers in a new era of light.
Overlord Bork. We're back to where we were just a few minutes ago.
To prove his extravagance to the world, Faras painstakingly created the ethereal realm. Take him down now! Make him pay for his sins!
crazed disciple. Disciple's pet and disciple. I believe it's just disciple. We'll find out if I come across one more that isn't in the back. Disciple's pet. Yep, Disciple's pet, 2 different versions. And now for Faros himself, or herself.
The cult of Faros has fallen. Only you could have achieved this. This is also the first ray of hope ever seen upon the endless sea. Let's head back and have a feast.
Report back to Tidebringer.
Hero, the first time I met you, I somehow knew you'd be the savior of the endless sea. With the first shards, the artifact shall be remade anew. The glory of the gods shall illuminate this land once more. Hero, step forth and light the angel statue.
Like the statue of Marina. If I can click on it. Alright, we'll just do this.
All that live upon and within the endless sea shall never forget your deeds. Now set forth, new challenges await you.
Visit Catelyn at the Kingdom of Giants.
Impressive. You've finally made it to the Kingdom of Giants. Be wary. Beneath every inch of ice lies ancient evil and endless danger. There's a quagmire close by from which a plague has sprung forth. It has brought great suffering to the land. You must destroy the source.
Go to Plaguemire and defeat Plague Wielder. Plague Walters and Plague Wolves. Plague Walkers and Plague Wolves. Interesting. These don't give you gold, so I can move my mouse over to here. And out of the way. Plague Wielder.
Nice work! It seems our enemies are in for some trouble. Return to the Kingdom of Giants. I have more tasks for you.
That's 2 holy crystals. Report to Casted.
We don't stand a chance against the giants alone. We must seek Northshire's aid. Northshire is home to a very lofty people. You must prove yourself to them before gaining their trust.
Go to Northshire Temple and defeat the Templar. Northshire Priest and Northshire Guard. Northern Guard. Northern Guard and Northshire Priest. And the Templar, which happens to look like one of the other bosses that we defeated.
It seems Cassian has finally found someone worthy of our aid. Go tell Cassian that we offer our help to the kingdom of giants.
Report back to Caston.
Finally, with the aid of Northshire, we'll be able to go head to head against giants. I've heard rumors that one of the gods is manipulating dark forces in Twilight Fane. Go see what you can find out.
Go to Twilight Fane and defeat Shadowblade. Dark Guardians and Dark Priest. That's a first. Dark Guardians and Shadowblade together. No, not really. I've seen bosses with several.
Foolish mortal, how dare you offend me? You will face heaven's wrath. You shall rue the day you tried to destroy me.
Report back to Caston.
It seems these foul creatures have received help from the kingdom of gods. Unfortunately, there are too many gods to pinpoint the culprit. We need to discover who the true culprit is before we attack. Go scout out Death Shadow Lair.
Go to Death Shadow Lair and defeat Deathsinger. Some necromancers and undead assassins. undead assassins, and probably some necromancers. Yep. And finally, Death Singer.
Master, our plan has been discovered. We require your help. Let your failure serve as a warning to all. It's time for Jed to come out and play.
Report to Caston.
Jed? Jed of Skull Turret? He was once a great warrior ponied by Odin, long since turned by darkness. We need to find out what's going on. Go explore Skull Turret.
Go to Skull Turret and defeat Jed. Barbarian warriors and swamp oozes. Swamp ooze and probably undead warriors. No, barbarian warriors. Dee. With the way they're dropping, they might as well be undead. And there's Jed. Won't be around for long.
Prophecy has foretold the day we would meet. I've waited 10 long years for this. Let's see if you're worthy of the legends. I know who is behind the darkness, but I'm unable to reveal his name. Take this letter to Beowulf. He will know what to do.
Report to Beowulf.
Has the day finally come? The final battle must be approaching. It's time to unearth a powerful artifact hidden within the sunken reservoir. With that, we should be able to gain power over the enemy.
Go to Sandy Reservoir and defeat Vidar. Sand Soldier. And Aqua Banshees. Aqua Banshees and probably Sand Soldiers. Yep. And finally, Thydar.
The artifact has been guarded by the gods for many years. Hopefully you can use it to defeat the curse. This land has been shrouded in darkness for as long as I can remember. I've almost forgotten what light looks like. Perhaps I will see the light once again.
Back to Beowulf.
There was once a great warrior in the kingdom of giants. Many fell to his sword, but all men have their weaknesses. He was deceived, tortured, and killed by the enemy. His bones were made into a grotesque shape and imprisoned in strong marrow. Go find him and unleash his fury.
Go to Strong Marrow and defeat Skeleton Puppet. Some more necromancers. And undead puppets. Undead puppet and probably some necromancers. Yep. And finally a skeleton puppet.
Anger has awakened within the kingdom of giants. An elite army must be sent forth to destroy him. We can use this chance to show our might.
Report to Beowulf.
The lair of misfortune is a foul place. The land is manipulated by Nikki and his black book. Anyone who speaks the Dark Lord's name becomes cursed within the black book. For everyone's safety, we must eradicate this evil.
Go to the lair fortress and defeat Nikki. Doom Shaman. Well, of course they're doomed. As well as Doom Walkers. Doom Walkers and Doom Shadows, probably. No shamans. finally Mickey.
I can't believe how many names were in this evil book. It seems the Dark Lord doesn't distinguish between humans and gods either. We must persevere and save the people of this land from suffering.
And even though I still have stamina, I am going to stop here for now after we report back to Beowulf.
The Black Book has been destroyed. No longer shall anyone fear the Dark Lord's true name, Loki, the god of fire. There is still more to be done. Go to the Bridge of Stars and clear a path.
However, like I was saying before I went to Beowulf, I'm going to stop here for now, and we will pick up Saturday and continue from there. Hope everyone enjoyed watching me play League of Angels. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know, and I will try to address them as soon as possible. This is Taka, reminding you to have all a safe and happy day, and see you next time on League of Angels.